The new media is all in a tizzy when it comes to the Disney stock and how it's dropping. Many now wondering, is it Epic Universe opening in Central Florida, taking down Walt Disney World that is causing the down of the Disney company stock? Oh, but they're telling you Epic Universe is no Disney killer. Folks, we've got a real thriller of a video and we'll tell you what we think. Should Disney blink and should shareholders think twice about their Disney stock? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel that continues to change hearts and minds one video at a time, 4 times daily, bringing you the news that makes the Holly Weirds, well, a little whaley. Is that a word? It is today. And we're talking about whether or not Epic Universe is a quote-unquote Disney killer. All right, folks, we're going to dive into the discussion. As we do, click the like button, and we'll get underway. Folks, we got to get to this story, though, and it is coming from a person that we appreciate, and I want to get that out there right out of the gate. Appreciate Scott Dustin. No beef with Scott Dustin. We're going to have a conversation about what he says. All right, here's the topic. Scott says no one at Disney thinks Epic Universe is a Disney killer. No one at Universal thinks Epic Universe is a Disney killer. Related, no one at either company wants Epic Universe to be a Disney killer because it would be devastating for both companies. The truth is boring. I know. Scott continues on. He says, Disney execs will visit Epic Universe and they'll be blown away. The park is incredible. Disney can and will learn from Universal, and they'll find ways to keep iterating on their product. Hope it's not a dirt track. Scott says it's the same thing we've seen over and over, and it's why Orlando is the theme park capital of the world, and we all benefit from it. Maybe take a moment to stop praying for the battle ends in death and enjoy the darn show. So there you go. Scott has taken the soapbox and made some statements. Disney Food Blog is coming out there and saying, I'm actually speechless. You know, when Disney Food Blog is speechless, at Universal, it's a thing. Okay, but let's go back to Scott. All right, panel, I don't think anybody with any sense in their head is declaring that this is a Disney killer.
No.
Because that would insinuate that the Disney parks are going to collapse and go out of business. Like, that's what it would mean.
Right, and I just want to point this out. Rhetorically, people might be saying this is a Disney killer. I don't think anyone is literally saying that this is going to be the end of Disney.
But
I think
what it is it's the very strong potential now exists for Universal Studios Florida to be the premier theme park location, at least for the next decade.
Yes.
Because even if Disney today greenlit something that can compete, it would take 5 years minimum to get there. So this is a decade of dominance from Universal, because they can start doing expansions. So even if Disney catches up with them today, Disney will catch up with the Universal of today in 5 years. They will not catch up with the Universal of tomorrow in 5 years. So this is Disney's fault. They did not invest wisely. They invested very unwisely, aka Epcot. And as a result, this is what we're talking about. I don't know what people are talking about when they say it's a Disney killer. I'm telling you, it has the opportunity to decimate Disney's dominance in the market, knock them out of their top spot, and embarrass them. And go ahead.
I think that when people call it a Disney killer, it's not obviously the death of the Disney parks. It's unkillable. But I think it is the death of the business model.
Don't challenge them, Marvin. They're don't give them a challenge. They'll accept it.
I won't. I think it is the death of the business model. The Disney business model is entirely focused on keeping you in the Disney bubble. You go from the airport directly there. You stay there. You stay on property. You eat on property. You don't leave the property. If you leave to go to Universal, it's a day. And then you're back. You're back on property. You're back in the Disney bubble. You go into the water parks. You go into the theme parks. You go into the restaurants. You go into the resorts. And that's how they make their money. What this is going to do is it's going to completely upset that. Now, instead of going to Walt Disney World for a week, you're going to go to Disney for maybe 3 days and Universal for 3 days. Look at that toad. That's adorable. My goodness. Who doesn't want to hug that? But it is the death of Disney's dominance. It is the death of the stranglehold that they have had on the Orlando market. And anyone that thinks that this is not going to be disruptive to that Disney bubble has got another thing coming.
Right. And I'll add something that's great comment, Marvin. The other counterpoint counterweight that's going on here is Disney has been in retreat for one reason or another, whether it's trying to increase their profit margins or taking away their own competitive advantages by going towards systems like Fast Pass and now Premier Pass. Again, $430, $150 for a Premier Pass at Magic Kingdom. When that used to be something people were excited, they would go, "Hey, you guys, over here at Disney, you get all of this for free. It's on us." Magical Express, which is something that Marvin, I don't know if you said the specific name, but this is something where Disney, even if they didn't have the greatest roller coaster or all of the impressive things, they didn't have an amazing Spider-Man equivalent when Islands of Adventure opened up. When I walked into Islands of Adventure, I said, physically, Islands of Adventure had the best theme park in Orlando, but Disney, and then fill in the blank with all the things that are great now. Disney has been in so much retreat and Universal heading in the other direction that even if they're not equals, the path that they're going on, they're going in opposite directions at this point. I think Disney is continuing to decline, just like you said, Marvin, while Epic and Universal are moving in the other direction. We're just waiting to hear more news on Great Britain at this point and finding out when we get on the next cycle for what Universal is going to do next. And there's a little park out in Plano, Texas that Universal is working on right now. And this is not counting expansion pads and all of the other things. Disney has endless potential and no one cares.
Well, and also, Jonas, once that train line is installed to Disney Springs, that is a direct connection to Epic Universe, the bubble is burst. The Disney bubble doesn't exist anymore because it's more accessible now and easier now to get out of it.
Yeah. And now they really want to get out of it and go, the bubble is the theme park itself if you're rich enough. My goodness. Helios is announcing that you can go in early if you stay at that hotel, on top of just being able to walk out of the hotel into the theme park.
The other big problem that I'm seeing here is that Disney has gotten away from being Disney. Like you said, you talked about Fast Passes being free. The 2015 commercial that talked about all that you get when you stay in the Disney bubble, when you stay at a Disney resort. It was a ton. It was Magical Express, it was Fast Pass, it was early entrance, it was extra magic hours, it was all those things. But on top of that, it is the creativity of Imagineers. They are trying so hard to keep up with what Universal is doing as far as IP, intellectual property. That's where Disney is really shooting itself in the foot, because that's not what Disney does. It's not what they are known for. They are known for creating new things. When Disneyland opened, they created, well, not when they first opened, but Disney created Haunted Mansion. Disney created Pirates of the Caribbean. Disney created things in their theme parks that they eventually made movies from, rather than the reverse. And they really need to get back to that way of thinking. Epcot used to be a place where when you walked in, you could see what your future was going to be like. And it was hopeful and it was good and it was exciting. Now, when you walk into Epcot and you get past Spaceship Earth, you look like you're back in college on the in the middle of the dorms, going to hang out and have study hall or something. It's not the same. Disney needs to get back. They need to get Imagineers who actually have true imagination. They need to get back to making those things that people love from the inside, from Disney. They need to stop getting that. When you talk about Disney competing, I think the problem with Disney's mindset is that they are in a competition mindset. And when they do that, they lose to Universal every single time. They need to be in a creation mindset and get back to doing what Disney used to do best, which is create new things that people love and create it for the family. You go back to Walt's original vision of the fact he's sitting there in the park with his girls going, man, what if we could create something for the whole family to enjoy together, and not the Disney adult, the drunken adult, the Instagrammer and all that stuff. Get
the
back
drunken
to
adult
for the family.
Come on, drunken adult.
There is a misconception that Disney is an innovative company. Disney is an innovative company. No, Walt Disney was innovative, and then the people that they employed in the decades following were innovative. You know where all those people are now? Universal, because you pushed them out the door because you wanted a younger, more diverse group of people. And those are the people that created Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And the people that you pushed out are across town, and they've made Epic Universe. You know, you had Joe Rohde, who could have been working on this Animal Kingdom expansion. You pushed him out. You told him, Joe, we need you to retire to make way for the next generation. And he went out. They're lucky he didn't go to Universal, but he went out and he did amazing things outside of Disney. So, you know, Disney had the people and then they lost them. And I don't think that it doesn't exist within the company anymore. There's no more creativity. There's creative bankruptcy.
I want to go to Erica real quick because I'm Erica. Let me aim this in a particular direction. I'm going to go back on what I said. I'm going to call it a Disney killer, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to step it out of the monetary side of things. I'm going to talk about the qualitative side of things.
Mhm.
If we remove the business angle from it and we talk about in terms of what you get for going to a theme park, it is a quality reality check for Disney. And in that regard, it's a Disney killer. Erica, to put it this way, starting in May, if you were to ask me what are the top 5 theme parks in Orlando, number 1, Epic Universe. Number 2, Islands of Adventure. Number 3, Magic Kingdom. Number 4, maybe SeaWorld. Ron, what do you think? What would be number 4 on that list?
Animal Kingdom would be if it were where it's supposed to be.
Okay, number 4, SeaWorld. Number 5, Animal Kingdom. That's how I go with it.
I was about to say, don't sleep on SeaWorld. SeaWorld tries very, very hard for your money because it has to.
Yeah.
All right, Erica.
SeaWorld's great. I love SeaWorld.
Erica, if that's the new list, the top 2 spots go to Universal. That's a Disney killer to me. Not business-wise yet. What do you think?
Oh, I hadn't thought of it that way because I keep thinking of the money. Yeah, in terms of quality, you get more you get more for your money. It's new, it's shiny, it works. There's so much to do at Epic Universe from what I've seen in the videos. Even if you're not hitting the attractions, the interactive play will keep you busy. The looking at the theming will keep you busy. The shows will keep you busy. The prices they're lower. You know, they're not as high as Disney, and you're getting better merch. I'm sorry, the quality of their merch is like what I'm wearing right now is a very light cotton. I know it's a very minor comparison, and I'm not there at home, you know, to see everything like Ron and Marvin, you guys are able to see this stuff in person. But yeah, for the family unit, and you're getting so much more out of your vacation than what Disney offers, and you can't really compete with the IPs they have right now. They are so relevant to Gen Z and Gen Alpha, and parents are they're gonna swing in that direction. And then don't forget us 80s kids, us Gen Xers. That's a massive demographic for Nintendo. We were crying for Nintendo Land when we were back in 1986 and 87. And now we finally have that.
Yeah, well said. And let me say this too. When it comes to, because a lot of families, they're not deciding what to do just in Florida. They're looking at a nation of possibilities for their vacation. And if we broaden this out and you say, Pro, what are the top theme parks in North America that I can go to? Number 1, Epic Universe. Number 2, Disneyland proper. Number 3, Islands of Adventure. Number 4, Dollywood. And number 5, maybe Magic Kingdom in Florida. So you've got these other things that are competing now, and Disney World is dropping off significantly. Listen, I got no problem telling people, you don't have to go to Central Florida. You can go to East Tennessee and go do the Smoky Mountains and Dollywood and all that stuff. I got no problem saying that. And so all of these things are now competing.
I was going to add a little something that hasn't been mentioned yet, and I'm not sure how big of a player it plays, but Florida has these beautiful, amazing beaches, and I have heard people in the Facebook groups talk about how they split their vacations between going to the beach and going to a theme park. Some of them will drive more to the East Coast. It's a little closer, but some have driven all the way down as far as Anna Maria Island, which is a little, Floridian secret as far as best beaches in Florida.
Don't tell people about Anna Maria Island and how beautiful it is.
Well, no, the hurricane kind of did a number to it too. So there's that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you also have the fact of when you're making a decision as a family, what you want to do during your summer vacation, one of the first things you think of is swimming. You think of fun in the sun. You think of getting a tan. So you're thinking beaches and pools. So you want to have splash fun. And a lot of families, I think, are also dividing up their time between, splash fun in the sun and a theme park. And I think Florida really delivers on that. But there's that little aspect of it. I'm not sure what a big player that plays in it, but I know Florida does have a massive tourism in the beach when it comes to beaches.
Absolutely. Kevin, as an expert in the tourism industry, what do you think about all this? When you're seeing the stuff coming out of Epic Universe, what does your mind go to as someone who, is in the design area of this sort of thing?
Yeah, listen, in the sense that, is this a Disney killer? Yes. Disney has been chasing, cost cutting, investing in Chinese steel, not giving their people the resources they need to maintain the parks. Instead of being focused on guests, they've been treating them like consumers. The rule of thumb is you need to be focused on innovation a minimum of every 5 years. Universal has been focused on immersion and guest experience. And if it's going to take Disney 5 years to catch up, they're already 15 years behind Universal. That is the hard truth of it. When this park opens up, the king is dethroned. He is bleeding everywhere, and it's Disney's own fault. They chose the path they went down. They felt that they would reign forever because they were Disney, but no one told Disney they haven't been Disney in at least 20 years.
Yeah, they got comfortable, and then what they should have been doing was staying ahead of the curve, which they were so good at for so many years. And then they just got lazy. It's like they just got comfortable and complacent. And then Universal, in the meantime, they're putting out very specific surveys on what's Disney doing that we're not, and they're not afraid to ask those questions where Disney won't get that specific in their surveys. It's like they don't care. They're in this, well, we're the best, so we don't have to ask those questions, very conceited. And Universal is more humble on that aspect of, well, no, let's really press and ask what the consumers really want. We want to give what the consumer wants because we want you to spend money here, and not just spend money, but we actually want you to have fun. They're both, it's like a both and, money and quality. And Universal understands that the two married together is the perfect formula.
It's fascinating as well to watch the fan base go through the 5 stages of grief, like starting with, first of all, denial, then anger. I see a lot of that on Twitter. Every now and then somebody will just decide to make me into their punching bag because they're so mad about the state of Disney. Bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And I think a lot of the people that are over there having a great time at Universal are accepting it pretty well. They've moved on. They're letting the ex-wife over there go on, have a great time, and they're just living their best life, live, laugh, loving with the dragons and the severed creature from Black Lagoon arm scratchers, just having a good old time.
I'll tell you this, and this is something to think about as we wrap this conversation. Epic Universe may have saved a lot, many Disney vloggers, bloggers, cupcakers, pixie dusters, etc. Because the influencers were running out of things to talk about. People say, "Pro, why did you guys stop covering theme parks so much?" Because there wasn't anything to cover. Because Disney's not doing anything. And the normies don't know yet, well, they're starting to, about Epic Universe. Guess what? Disney Food Blog, they're at Epic Universe. Scott Gustin, over at Epic Universe. Everybody's going to be going over to
WCWNT is at Tokyo Disneyland.
You got to be kidding me. Seriously?
No, he's over there again.
Well,
talking about how great Splash Mountain is, but not that Splash Mountain. Not that Splash Mountain. The other one was bad. Sorry, forgive
Tommy.
me.
It's
just hilarious.
But listen, everybody's going to make strategic decisions. Those who choose to cover Epic Universe in a truthful way, they're going to win the day. And they've got Universal to thank for it. Put this baby to bed. This video is over. Turn off the lights, but not quite yet, folks, because we do ask one final thing before we say goodbye, and that is, would you consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it and stick it to those algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. Also greatly appreciated, anytime you would like to share this out on your favorite social media platforms, well, we would love that. And we'd also love to hear your thoughts. Folks, drop a comment down below and use that beautiful mind of yours. If you would not mind, we'd love to know what you're thinking. Also, if you would like to become a member of the channel, it's as simple as clicking the join button. It is the price of a soda per month, and you'll gain access to all kinds of new, cool, exclusive information. Folks, until the next time we have the honor of spending time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun. Jump into the water!
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.